Hi guys, I'm having a little issue with the camera. How are you? It is Thursday today and I continue to have some parent-teacher conferences today. It's been awesome to be able to talk with you and be able to hear your voice. Again, I am going to do Read Aloud, and these chapters are going to be kind of short. We're doing Among the Hidden. I'm doing chapter 25 and chapter 26 because both of them are fairly short. And then when I'm finished reading today, I have a little surprise here with me that I'm going to show you. I hope you have been able to do some of the learning opportunities that we have posted. Also, if you want to read some more books, you can do Get Epic. And I put our class code on Dojo today. So go ahead and try that out too. I'm going to get started. This is chapter 25 in Among the Hidden. Luke lay awake the rest of the night. At first light, he got up and quietly scrubbed away the mud that Jen had tracked in and up the stairs. Trust her not to think about mud. He fervently hoped that she'd thought of all the details about the rally. Luke was just finishing the last of the kitchen floor when he heard the toilet flushing upstairs. He hid the muddy rags in the trash and he scrambled back to his place on the stairs just in time to meet Mother coming down. "Morning, early bird," she yawned. "Were you up during the night? I thought I heard something." "Oh, I had trouble sleeping," Luke said truthfully. Mother yawned again. "And you're up early? Feeling okay?" "Just hungry," Luke said, but he picked at his food. Everything he ate just stuck in his throat. After the rest of his family left, he risked sneaking over and turning on the radio on low. There were weather reports and commercials for soybean seed and lots of music. Come on," he muttered, keeping an eye on the side window watching for Dad. Finally, the radio voice announced the news. Someone's cattle had gotten out and caused a minor car wreck. Nobody's hurt. A government spokesman predicted a poor planting season because of all the rain. Nothing about the rally. Dad came back toward the house. Luke snapped off the radio and he bolted up the stairs. At lunch, Dad forgot to turn the radio on and Luke had to remind him. The announcer promised a big story after the commercials. His sandwich gone, Dad reached over and turned off the radio. "No, wait, Luke said. "This might be interesting." Dad harumphed, but he waited. The announcer came back. He cleared his throat and he declared that the new government statistics proved that last year's alfalfa harvest had set a record for the decade. It was like that for days. Luke kept waiting, desperate to hear anything, but the few times he could get to the radio, it said nothing. Every time Dad left the house for any length of time, Luke switched on the light by the back door, his old signal for Jen. He stared so hard, willing her answering light to go on, that he thought he would go blind. But there was nothing. He took to watching her house as obsessively as he had when he first discovered her existence. There was no sign of her. The rest of the family came and went as usual. Did they look sadder, happy, or worried, at peace? From a distance, he couldn't tell. He got so desperate he asked Mother if she'd thought about going over to visit the new neighbor, to welcome them in the area. She looked at him as if he were deranged. "They've been there for months. They're hardly new anymore. And they're barrens," she said. She laughed in a way that didn't hide her bitterness. "Believe me, they don't want us visiting." After a week, Luke did feel deranged. Every time anyone spoke to him, he jumped. Mother asked him, "Are you all right?" So many times he took to avoiding her, but he couldn't just sit in the attic waiting. He paced, he fidgeted, he chewed his fingernails. He came up with a plan. Chapter 26. Finally, a week and a half after the rally, a day dawned that was so clear and dry, Luke knew Dad would be out in the fields all day. Without hope, Luke turned on the light by the back door. After 5 minutes without a response, he turned it off and he quietly slipped out the door. The cool air was a jolt, and for the briefest time he paused. This was more dangerous than ever. But I have to know, he muttered fiercely, and he crept alongside the barn before making his dash over to Jen's house. He had to rip the screen and break the pane of one of the Talbots' windows, which he felt bad about, but it didn't matter. If Jen was there, she could think of an excuse. And if she wasn't, he'd never be back to the Talbots again. Once inside, he knew he had to do something about the alarm quickly. Jen had explained it to him once, told him the exact sequence of buttons to hit to disable it. He ran to the hall closet, he yanked open the door, and he punched buttons quickly before he'd forgotten the sequence, if he hesitated even a second. Green, blue, yellow, green, blue, red, orange. The lights blinked out before he hit the last button, and it spooked him. Was that how it worked before? Hurry, 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 he urged himself. The words kept replaying in his brain. Jen, he called, Jen! He went up and down the stairs looking in every room. Jen, you don't have to hide. It's me, Luke. The house was enormous, 3 floors and a basement. He couldn't search everywhere, but if Jen was there, why would she hide? Against reason, he kept hoping she was. Jen, come on! This isn't funny! He found the bathrooms, huge, elegant rooms with beautifully carved beds and long, mirrored closets. He couldn't even tell which one was Jen's. Finally, he admitted defeat, and he rushed down to the computer room. He hurried over to the keyboard, and he typed in the same sequence of letters that he'd watched Jen type so many times. His fingers were clumsy, and he kept messing up. Finally, he got to the chat room. Password. F-E-R-E. No, erase. F-E-E-R. No! At last he got it. F-R-E-E. The screen went blank with none of that friendly banter that had magically appeared every time that he'd watched Jen. Had he done something wrong? Frantically, he exited and he entered the chat room again, his hands shaking. Still nothing. Timidly, using only his right index finger, he typed, "Where's Jen?" He had to hold one hand with the other to steady his finger enough to hit the enter button. Almost instantaneously, his words vanished and they reappeared at the top of the screen. He waited. Nothing. The screen stayed blank below his question. Because nothing was worse than doing nothing, he typed again, "Hello? Is anybody there?" Still nothing. He slammed his fist down on the computer desk so hard that it hurt. "I have to know," he shouted. "Tell me! I can't go until I know!" He heard the door, too late to react. And suddenly, a voice boomed behind him. "Turn around slowly! I have a gun! Who are you? And why are you here?" All right, so that was chapter 26. Chapter 27 will be our next chapter. So I hope you had a great day today. I have a little surprise here that I wanted to share with you. Let's see if he'll cooperate. This is my learning buddy for the day, my dog Socks. Socksy, you look at the camera. Oh, there he is. That's my dog Socks, and he joined in today for the read aloud. He is an amazing dog. I've had him about 13 years. One of my students in Kalama found him on a road one day, and they begged me to take him because their parents were going to take him to the pound. And we had always had dogs without a tail. And so my kids said, "Mom, can we just get a dog with a tail?" And so I said, "All right, I'll tell you what. I'll go look at this dog, and if he has a tail, we'll think about it." So I went to look at him, and he was a little bit skittish. I don't really know what his background was, but I suspect that maybe somebody wasn't very nice to him. He was very skittish, but he let us come up to him, and we ended up bringing him home, and he's been an amazing dog. He's Border Collie, Lab Cross. He's gone on all our pack trips into the wilderness with us with the horses, and he absolutely loves to go. And now he's about 15, and he's just not getting around very well, but he loves to help me when I'm working on the computer and working on your learning opportunities. So Hope you enjoyed the read aloud today. It's getting very suspenseful, and I can't wait to see what happens with Luke in these next chapters. So we're almost at the end of the book, and you'll be able to take an AR test at the end of this book. All right, well, that's it for today. I hope you're healthy, and please stay well. Enjoy your time at home with your families, and I will see you tomorrow for Read Aloud. Goodbye.